benefits.
Well, first off, I don't know what you mean by illegal aliens, but if you're talking about residents in the state of California, then the answer is yes.
People who entered our country illegally. These benefits that you want to give to illegal aliens, right?
Congressman, what is your beef with immigrants?
I don't have any beef with immigrants. I'm asking you if you think it's appropriate to shut down one of the busiest bridges in America to give taxpayer-funded unemployment benefits to illegal aliens.
Let me ask you this.
To this end, we have a vast network of radically left-wing NGOs providing legal services and other support to illegal aliens. We've seen coordinated campaigns against ICE personnel and facilities across the country. And even now, Democrats are holding up funding for ICE and Border Patrol, causing a partial government shutdown, while at the same time adamantly opposing the Save America Act, which would provide common sense voter ID laws and citizenship requirements.
So I find it rather ironic that we're holding a hearing today that ignores the systemic abuse of constitutional rights by our current administration.
And effectively reopen our border. The intent, it seems, of this litigation is to make immigration law ineffective and unenforceable. I now recognize myself for 5 minutes for the purpose of asking a few questions. Mr. Krikorian, how many illegal aliens came into the country during the Biden administration?
Our estimate is at least 8 million, maybe as many as 10.
Maybe as many as 10. How many came into the country last year in 2025?
We don't know yet, but it wasn't anything close to that.
Not very many, so a substantial decrease in...
Dramatic 90+% decrease at the border.
Got it. Mr. Newman, is it a good thing that President Trump secured the border?
I think that Stephen Miller has squandered what used to be a signature issue for
I'm asking if is it a good thing that our border is secure?
I think our border has been secure for quite some time.
Our border was secure during the Biden administration?
Yes, sir.
That is your testimony?
That's my belief, yeah. It's my opinion.
How many illegal aliens came into the country during the Biden administration?
Whatever it wasn't the number that Mark Krikorian just cited.
You don't think it was 10 million?
That came out of whole cloth.
It could have been quite a bit higher. So would you agree that there are fewer illegal aliens entering the country now than there were entering during the Biden administration?
That isn't an area of my expertise, so I wouldn't agree or disagree with that.
You spend a lot of time in the immigration space. You can't tell me whether there are fewer illegal aliens coming into the country now than there were during the Biden administration?
I mean, that is not something that's an area of my expertise. I've been spending too much of my time defending civil rights of my neighbors in Los
say
Angeles.
That there are fewer illegal aliens coming into the country right now. It's astounding that you won't at least admit that. Should illegal aliens receive taxpayer-funded unemployment benefits?
It's not an area of my expertise either. My concern primarily is
your
with the people that I work with.
Promoted a petition telling Governor Newsom to sign AB 2847. This is your organization, the National Day Laborers Organizing Network. AB 2847 will provide unemployment benefits to workers who are ineligible to receive unemployment insurance solely due to their immigration status.
Mr. Chairman, if I could answer your first question.
I'm asking you, do you think that illegal aliens should receive taxpayer-funded unemployment benefits?
Well, first off, I don't know what you mean by illegal aliens, but if you're talking about residents in the state of California, then the answer is yes.
People who entered our country illegally.
People come here for all kinds of reasons and
without
all kinds
documentation.
Of ways. Residents in California.
This is a really simple question. Should illegal aliens receive taxpayer-funded unemployment benefits?
I think people in the state of California should receive benefits.
So illegal aliens should receive taxpayer-funded unemployment benefits.
Again, that's your word, and what I'm trying to get you to do, Congressman, what I'm trying to get you to do is to stop throwing around dehumanizing rhetoric
signatures,
like this.
You only got 503. I think it's worth pointing out because that's a crazy idea. Let me ask you another question. Your organization shut down the Manhattan Bridge during rush hour a couple years ago to demand that New York State set up a $500 million fund to give unemployment benefits to illegal aliens. Do you think that was a good thing to do?
I don't know that my organization shut down anything, Congressman. I know that there was
March in NYC shuts down Manhattan Bridge to call for $500 million unemployment fund. The march was led by members of the FEW coalition, including the National Day Laborers Organizing Network. That is your organization, is it not?
That is. You're holding up a sheet of paper. I don't know where that's from.
This is
Peaceful
from your website. This is from the National Day Laborers Organizing Network website.
Peaceful protesters do things when there's large crowds of people.
Does that
I think you would agree,
include shutting
Congressman?
down one of the busiest bridges in the nation in order to push for a $500 million fund to give taxpayer-funded unemployment benefits to illegal aliens?
I think we should give.
You think that's a good thing for the country?
I think we should allocate resources accordingly to people who are going to become citizens of this country eventually.
What if there were emergency vehicles
as
trying
Mark
to cross
Krikorian
that
acknowledges, as Mark
You realize
Krikorian
that there are people
acknowledges,
commuting
is
to work,
inevitable.
and the people commuting to work were the ones who were paying the taxes to fund these benefits that you want to give to illegal aliens, right?
Congressman, what is your beef with immigrants?
I don't have any beef with immigrants. I'm asking you if you think it's appropriate to shut down one of the busiest bridges in America to give taxpayer-funded unemployment benefits to illegal aliens.
Let me ask you this question. Do you
No,
think it's
you're-
appropriate?
this
Do you
is-
think it's appropriate for
you don't
people
ask
to
questions in
protest
these
for equal
hearings.
rights?
Do you think that illegal aliens should receive
Were you
direct
against Congressman?
cash payments from taxpayers?
Were you against Congressman
Should
Lewis's
illegal
effort?
No, you're not going to ask the questions here. That's not how this works.
I'm answering your question with a question.
I've got another question for you. We're moving on. Should illegal aliens receive direct cash payments from taxpayers?
I believe future citizens, Americans in waiting, should receive
So they
equal
should.
rights, and they should receive
It
benefits
makes
so we
sense
can
because your
integrate them
organization
into our
sent
society.
a letter to Governor Cuomo advocating for immediate cash relief, cash payments to illegal aliens. I think that is way out of line,
I think the
out of
alternative
step
is to
with,
create a
with the rest of
permanent
the country.
underclass that allows people
And with
like
that said,
you
we're already
to
30
exploit.
seconds over, so we're out of time here.
But Congressman, you didn't even
And
give me
my
a chance
time
to
is
answer.
up. The Biden administration flooded our country with millions of illegal aliens, unvetted from all over the globe. And the impact has been to reduce working class wages, to strain our social system, our education system, our healthcare system, and to culturally transform the United States. At the same time, it's devalued the meaning of American citizenship to the detriment of the American people. The American people were left picking up the pieces, which is precisely why they elected President Donald Trump in the last election cycle to both secure the border and to deport illegal aliens. And he's done exactly that. He secured the border in record time whenever nobody in the American political class thought that it was possible. And he's begun the largest deportation campaign in American history. And yet, despite the political pressure that has caused him to do that, the left has pursued frivolous and coordinated litigation that seeks to subvert the will of the American people and negate our immigration laws and effectively reopen our border. The intent, it seems, of this litigation is to make immigration law ineffective and unenforceable. To this end, we have a vast network of radically left-wing NGOs providing legal services and other support to illegal aliens. We've seen coordinated campaigns against ICE personnel and facilities across the country. And even now, Democrats are holding up funding for ICE and Border Patrol, causing a partial government shutdown, while at the same time adamantly opposing the Save America Act, which would provide common-sense voter ID laws and citizenship requirements to vote in American elections. I think that the key question that many Americans ask themselves is, why is that? Why would Democrats oppose borders and oppose citizenship requirements to vote in our elections? And I think that the answer is, of course, because they believe that they gain politically from open borders, both from the impact of illegal aliens impacting congressional apportionment. Illegal aliens tend to congregate in sanctuary states and sanctuary cities, which tend to be blue, which gives Democrats greater congressional representation at the expense of Republicans, while at the same time, Democrats are making the bet that illegal aliens who do vote in our elections will vote Democrat. That's something that Democrats have talked about for quite some time now, and I think that that is the motivation behind pushes for amnesty in many cases. At the same time, Democrats are doing everything they can to keep as many of these illegal aliens, people who came into our country illegally, here as possible, and we don't need to look any further than the temporary protected status, or TPS system. Temporary protective status, which was originally intended to be just that. It was intended to be temporary, a temporary reprieve from deportation due to specific circumstances. Yet the Biden administration abused it and has utilized TPS as a form of backdoor amnesty for over 1 million people who entered our country illegally. The numbers speak for themselves. At the start of the Biden administration, there were just about 410,000 TPS beneficiaries from 10 countries. In 4 years, that number increased by over 1 million to 1.4 million thanks to new TPS designations and redesignations for multiple countries. That includes Burma in 2021, Ukraine in 2022, Afghanistan in 2022, Cameroon in 2022, Ethiopia in 2022, Venezuela in 2021 and 2023, Haiti in 2024, and Lebanon in 2024. About half of all current TPS beneficiaries weren't even residing in the United States until after Joe Biden took office. In other words, TPS was a vehicle for providing backdoor amnesty for the very people that the American people saw pouring into our border for 4 years and voted President Trump into office to deport. Moreover, the vast majority of the people covered under TPS did enter the U.S. illegally, and I think that's really important. That includes an estimated 95% of all Venezuelan TPS holders and 91% of all estimated Haitian TPS holders. This and many others are precisely the abuses of our immigration system that Republicans were elected to stop, and it's going to be the focus of our hearing today. So I look forward to hearing from the witnesses today about how this institutional abuse occurred and continues to occur, and what needs to be done to restore an immigration system that works for the benefit of the American people. And with that, I yield to the ranking member, Simon, for her opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you to the witnesses for traveling here, and thank you to members of the public for being a part of this hearing today. So I find it rather ironic that we're holding a hearing today that ignores the systemic abuse of constitutional rights by our current administration.
In today's heated congressional hearing, Representative Brandon Gill challenged witnesses over illegal immigration, taxpayer-funded benefits, border security, and the impact of immigration policies under both the Biden and Trump administrations. What started as a straightforward question quickly turned into a tense back and forth over unemployment benefits, cash payments, and the future of America's immigration system. The hearing opened with Representative Gill asking whether fewer illegal immigrants are entering the country today compared to the Biden administration. While one witness declined to answer directly, citing a lack of expertise, immigration experts at the hearing argued that border crossings had fallen dramatically. Gill repeatedly pressed witnesses on whether securing the border was a positive development and challenged claims that the border had already been secured during the Biden years. The discussion quickly shifted to whether people living in the country illegally should receive taxpayer-funded unemployment benefits. Gill pointed to legislation in California and advocacy efforts supporting benefits for undocumented immigrants. When asked directly whether such benefits should be provided, the witness argued that California residents deserve support regardless of immigration status. Gill responded by calling the proposal out of touch with most Americans. Before we continue, make sure to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications for more congressional hearings, border security updates, and breaking political news. The hearing intensified when Gill referenced a protest that allegedly shut down New York City's Manhattan Bridge to demand unemployment benefits for undocumented workers. Gill questioned whether disrupting one of the nation's busiest transportation routes was justified in pursuit of those policy goals. The witness defended public demonstrations as part of Democratic advocacy, while Gill argued that hardworking taxpayers were being forced to bear the burden of these proposals. The conversation then broadened into a debate over immigration policy. Gill argued that President Trump significantly reduced illegal border crossings and launched what he described as the largest deportation effort in American history. That he also criticized the Biden administration's expansion of temporary protected status, claiming it